We love hip hop.
I got another story over here with Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is actually suing the prison for the stabbing that he went through last year. Okay, he's actually suing them for a absorbent amount of money. So it says here, and this is courtesy of TMZ, right? I'm suing, and I want $1 million per stab wound. Okay, he's suing for like $100 million, right? Can you see that from here, Zar?
Mm-hmm. Tory Lanez is suing over a prison stabbing that put him in the hospital, and he's seeking a whopping $100 million in damages.
Jeez.
The rapper just filed suit against the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, plus the warden and 50 corrections officers at California Correctional...
Sorry, my bad.
At California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi, where he was stabbed. In the docs obtained by TMZ, Tory says he was stabbed 16 times by a fellow inmate wielding a shank in May 2025 and suffered permanent scarring to his face and 2 collapsed lungs. Tory claims he was attacked by Santino, Casio, and he says the prison screwed up by housing them together. He says Casio has a violent history who should never have been locked up near him due to his celebrity status, which he says makes him a target.
Right. So, and like basically the basis he was saying, Tory is suing for $100 million in damages, including $1 million per stab wound and $10 million for facial scarring. He also wants his original songbooks returned. So I guess his songbooks are stolen too. Bumba Club.
Wow. Yo, I hope he gets everything that he's filed for.
Yo,
wow.
I keep saying it. When this guy comes out, he's on some Bob Marley status.
Yo.
You know, like he'll survive.
Even right now, he's still charting.
Yeah,
he's just dropped that what is it, Slutty Bass song, and I think the song charted on the Billboard Top 10 or something like that. So, you know, that's crazy though. Facial scarring, I didn't even think about that part, bro. Like, man, gonna come home with like friggin' $150s and shit. He's gonna have to get reconstructive or like what do you call it, cosmetic surgery and shit like that, or just keep the scars. Smash up, bro. I'm an entertainer, fam.
Yeah, 1 million per wound that's crazy.
Do you think he'll get it? Because we're also dealing with the correction system. You know, a lot of the time they have their own lawyers. Obviously, he's going to have lawyers that is, you know, expensive lawyers, but this is the state that he's fighting against, bro.
I think they will settle with him. I don't think they want to give him $116 million. I think they'll try to give him like a 20.
Nah, bro. I want, if it's me, and I'm suing for $100 plus million, we gotta settle somewhere around the 60 to 80 million.
I think they'll fight because if Tory wins this, it's gonna set a precedent where like anything that happens to you, you can now sue the correctional facility. Like, let's say if you get in a bang out, you know what I mean? You hurt your head, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm suing you guys now. A man shanks you, a man, you know, whatever, like.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? And I don't know, maybe because prison operates by different rules than a business, but like, let's say I go to a business and like I get stabbed in the restaurant. I could sue the restaurant for like not providing sufficient amount of security or like, you know, putting me in an endangering position, and they will usually settle. And I think because he mentioned the violent history and stuff, and maybe they can look at it, I think he might have an argument for a settlement, but I don't think he's going to get 116 million as much as I want him to.
Is it a state prison or like a private prison?
Isn't it federal or is it a state prison?
I think he's in federal prison. Hold on, let me pull up the article again.
Isn't it state? Because if it was federal, then Donald Trump would have been able to pardon him.
No, do you think it's a state prison?
State? Do you think Trump would pardon him if he could? He's not even American. Or is Tory Lanez dual citizen? Maybe.
No, it's a state case. It's not a Fed case.
Exactly.
Right? But the thing is, like, I don't even know if he'd be able to win this. Like, obviously, they will probably try to settle because of the status of who he is. But a lot of people get shanked in jail, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if they were to, like, again, like you said, the legal precedent, like, come on, fam. We can't just let you win publicly.
But, bro, the average prisoner does not have the power to even seek justice in that situation when they get shanked. So Tory Lanez does have the resources.
It's not going to be the average prisoner with this idea. It's going to be all the ambulance chasers and shit. All those like dollar lawyers that are going to go to all these inmates and be like, yo, has anything ever happened to you? All right, okay, I'm going to do this pro bono, but anything you win, I'm taking 50%.
Yeah.
Anything you win, I'm taking 70%, and you could go with your 30. You know what I mean?
You know what we would need to see is the precedence of, because obviously people have been shanked before, and I'm sure
somebody's
like
getting shanked in prison right now.
so like, but like, has there ever been a settlement due to someone being shanked in the prison like before? Because I'm sure this isn't the first time someone has like taken the prison to like court or suing them because they got shanked.
It kind of goes back to our snitching conversation. Like, do you want to be that guy who sues the prison? And I'm just Ray who goes back to the streets?
Okay, so this is where I kind of wanted to get. Is Tory Lanez snitching?
Because he mentioned the guy. He mentioned the guy that stabbed him.
I didn't want to ask it though, but you know, someone has to ask it.
I don't think so.
No, it's not snitching. Snitching is you like me and you doing a crime and you making me get time.
Yeah, but also if you're in the streets and somebody
Tory
do
Lanez is
something.
not in the street.
Well, I'm just saying, snitching also applies to people if they're in the streets and somebody do something to you. You don't go call the police and say, "Yo, this man did something to me." You handle that.
But he's in a state prison where he's been taken off the street. Killers have been taken off the street with security.
Same rules apply.
Yeah, for them.
No, when you're in prison,
No, for them, the guys like who stabbed him, that rule applies for him because he's a lifer. He's just always there, right? He's gonna be there for the rest of his life.
not just the lifers. Street niggas in jail, snitching does not apply neither.
Granted.
Right? Somebody gets stabbed on the range, you're not supposed to go to the guardian and be like, it was him who stabbed him.
Yeah, but they already knew who stabbed Tory. The guy was on camera stabbing him.
Yeah, he's not revealing any new information.
No information we didn't
The whole
know.
prison knows. I think just
Right?
so he can get his money.
I bet you a lot of people were like, yo, man, you should sue the guard. You should sue this shit. You should sue this shit, right? Like, look how many guys get messed up in like arrest and get assaulted by Metro Toronto police, bro. Right? And then they put out a warrant. Yo, you know how many times Metro Toronto police been hit for $1 million by niggas you don't even know?
No, they get publicized.
Do they usually settle out of court to just kind of like make it go away?
I know one person who's suing them right now, and they're gonna they will win. Because they ended up having 3 seizures while they were getting their ass kicked. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm being real with you, like, damn. And he didn't have to tell too much because it was caught on tape.
Yeah, it was all on camera.
Right? And they have their own their shit.
I just know like the super duper street guy, even though it's on camera, would be like, I don't know. That's who you got on camera, but I ain't saying shit.
Because Gucci wasn't revealing any new information.
No, he wasn't. He was with a Fed. Who's gonna tell on everybody?
But it was also on camera.
But they're still saying he's a snitch because he's providing a statement.
That's something they already knew.
Yeah,
that's on camera.
Yeah.
So how do you know they didn't threaten his ass? Like, if you don't reveal this, we're sending you to jail for something like you did back in like 2006.
That's a hypothetical.
That's a reach.
You know I'm gonna reach for him. But like, I don't see it as Gucci snitching. Really,
it's kind of a touchy territory.
It's
but
touchy.
You know, hopefully Tory Lanez is able to get his money from this. Like I said, I don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? Because
you don't think he's gonna get anything?
No, he'll get something, but they're gonna have to settle out of court because, like you were saying, like they can't show face that we lost this lawsuit against this guy for getting stabbed. Because then again, like when I want to go back and repeat where we just said, but everybody's gonna want to take a lawsuit for getting stabbed, bro. Right. And mans are getting stabbed left and right everywhere.
But you do have to also, because he's in California, right?
Mm-hmm.
So California is a very like liberal state. So the judge who's presiding over that case might empathize with Tory Lanez and say, like, this is not how our taxpayer dollars should be going towards, prison security.
Yeah.
When an inmate, especially a high profile one, we're in California, so like there's all these celebrities, a high profile inmate can't even like exist without.
Who chose to be in general population. And I rock with Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to be on like the other side of this, but like man, them just keep saying points, so I just have to say the other side of the point. You know? But okay, the man chose to be in general population, you know what I mean? I feel like there's a certain risks that come with that. So like that are like known risks. You know what I mean? Everybody knows when you go to jail, like it's not sweet. Like so it's gonna be a tough case to argue why like he's the exception. You know what I mean?
I wonder if the judge will say, like, why'd you choose to go GP?
No, that's a great point because it's like, yo, I'm an entertainer, I'm super famous. Okay, so then go to protective custody.
You know,
you want to be a bad man?
But then why did he say they shouldn't have had that prisoner near him?
because of the violent history. I think. Well,
but which prisoners are allowed to be around this one? And then,
but
like,
if you're in GP,
yeah,
don't even
but
have a
sometimes they separate. Obviously,
there's something about that jail. They said it's like a combination of both because that guy's supposed to be on the whatchamacallit, the PC side.
oh, okay.
Like he had like child stuff and all this stuff and stuff too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember when the story first broke back then, like all that stuff came out on him.
See, so
But listen, man, salute to Tory Lanez.
I was gonna say,
You know what I'm saying? Quickly.
is it because of did Rock Nation send that guy after him?
That's one of the conspiracies.
Right, that's a conspiracy.
Right? But it's never been substantiated. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna get deep.
Yeah.
I was gonna put on
all I know,
Nah,
if a man gets stabbed 16 times, including the face, and he survives, God wants that guy alive.
Facts.
16 times. You got stabbed in the face?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, man, hold your head, Tory Lanez. You know, this is about 2 years in, so we'll probably see him in the next 4 years, 3 years.
The music's fire. At least he's staying consistent behind there.
Yeah. And he's making new music. So salute to Tory Lanez.
We love hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip-hop.